So this meeting is called to order at 5:02 p.m. For attendance, we have myself, Jessica, Alice, Amber, Evelyn, Brady, Bjorn, Luis, Brandon, and Sean. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I will go ahead and entertain an approval of this week's agenda.
I'll go ahead and motion.
Perfect. We got a motion by Evelyn. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Perfect. Seconded by Alice. And with that, we'll go ahead and move forward to approval of last week's minutes.
Will motion to approve last week's minute.
Perfect. We've got a motion from Brady. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Awesome. Second from Evelyn. And with that, we'll go ahead and move on to reports. I have no reports. Unfortunately, our advisors are absent this week, so I'll go ahead and pass it on to ASCWU.
Judy, if I can interject there, I do have something on behalf of Joey.
Oh, okay, my apologies. Go for it. Okay, so
Yep.
we'll move to advisors.
You bet. So he just wanted to let everybody know that he sent the memo to Joel Clutching about the recommendation for the under expenditure and unexpended salary changes to the policy, and is just waiting to hear back.
Perfect. Sounds great. And with that report from our advisor, Joey, on behalf of, or Jessica on behalf of Joey, we'll go ahead and move forward to Brady with ASCWU.
Perfect. Thank you, Judy. Hi, everyone. If we haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Brady Smith. I use he and his pronouns, and am this year's Vice President for Student Government. Just kind of a quick report. I mean, student government's kind of, it's our first week back as like most of you, so we're kind of jumping back into the hang of things. Got a lot of events coming up. One that specifically kind of pertains to us is that historically, I uncovered the other day that there has been an S&A fair for our student body to see what their student dollars are going towards, which would encompass all of our base funded units. Basically kind of like an involvement fair or a club fair. A lot of our base funded units already do a lot of tabling, but for some of the ones like I'll pick on Circuit County, students don't really see what Circuit County does, but a good portion of their money goes towards Circuit County. So it kind of just gets a chance for students to see where does their money go. That's something that me and my office are going to start planning and working on in the coming months to hopefully hold either in March or spring quarter. So I'll have more for you guys because obviously y'all are a big part of like this is S&A committee, so it makes sense to involve all of you guys, but I just kind of want to let you know that that is something in the works. And then I have something else that I totally just blanked on. Sorry. Yeah, okay, I think that was the main aspect of it. I cannot remember what. Oh, just so you guys all know, we have the vice president student engagement success candidates coming on campus next week. There will be some open forums for students to come and listen and give input on. I encourage all of you as student leaders to come and at least see what's going on. I can, what are those dates? 1 second. They are next Thursday, I believe. Yes, next Thursday at 2:30 to 3:30. There'll be an open forum in CERC 215 C. I don't know where that is. I think that's a ballroom. One of the ballrooms will have it. So I encourage you all to go. Sorry that wasn't more put together. But yeah, perfect. Do you guys have any questions about anything that student government's doing?
So, sorry, just to verify, you said next Thursday, 2:30 to 3:30, there's an open forum in Circ 215C.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Sorry about that, Alice. Yeah, I was just curious if you will have any volunteer opportunities for the S&A fair, like, kind of general. I know that like CERC does the event setup teardown, but anything else you might need help with?
Probably. I don't want to say what because this is literally something that I have started looking at as I got back on Monday, Tuesday. So we're very new into the process. Into that, just now starting to explore. I just wanted to let you guys know that was something that I was working on and starting working on since it is y'all, it is us. So I will have way more updates to come and way more information I'm just purely saying, I'm imagining, yes, we will have volunteer opportunities. I would also love some input and help from all of you if anybody has a capacity or just during these meetings in the coming months as we talk more. But it is just something that I want to throw out there to kind of, it's very early in the stages, but I just want to make you guys all aware of it. I want to be transparent and let you guys all know what I do.
Sounds great. And it's great to have plenty of notice. So totally get it. Yeah, feel free to send me an email if you need any help. I'm happy to help where I can. Perfect. And then that concludes ASCWU's report for this week. As for communications received, I have none for this week. Jessica, do you have any to report on?
I do not.
Perfect. And then with that, we'll go ahead and move forward to public comment. I'll just
Can I add something? Yep, I just have one quick comment. I think that I just want to make a point of clarification on the VP candidates. I think there's also one on Monday. And so there are 2 candidates coming to campus. I'm not sure about the times for the student session for the Monday candidate, but I do know that there are 2 candidates coming on campus, one Monday, one Thursday.
perfect. And will those be in the same location? Was it 213? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's from 2:30 to 3:30. Thank you, Amber. Sorry, I had only seen student government also has specific meetings with them. And so I had just seen the student government one on Monday. Thank you, Amber, for catching me up.
Excuse me, this is Lucha. If you need a schedule, you can always reach out to Dania and then she'll forward or provide it to you again.
Perfect. And then any other public comments for this week? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and move forward to new business. The new business, to the best of my understanding for this week, was something the advisors were covering. Jessica, will you be covering that on Joey's behalf today?
I'm going to ask Amber to step in here just because we're looking at starting the review of the annual reports. I'm new to the university and new to you guys too, so I have not seen them, but Amber's got some experience with them. So if you want to jump in there, Amber, that'd be great.
Yeah, happy to share kind of big picture. And I know that there's many of you who were on the committee last year have seen some of the annual reports. And so these are in the last meeting, I think you all talked about the 2. You have the annual reports from the previous fiscal year and then the program reviews that were due tomorrow. And so today, I believe Joey was wanting to go through the first couple annual reports. And so again, these are for fiscal year 22. So everything from the 2021-2022 academic year. And so they've all been posted online. I think Joey and Lacey had reviewed all of them and consolidated them into a PDF and put them on the S&A website. And my understanding is I think Joey and Lacey were hoping you all would start reviewing the first 3 or 4 tonight, looking at what were the outcomes, did some of the goals that they were looking at last year actually get met, what was the money, what was the fund balance, what was the ending balance, were there any glaring red flags, and having discussion with that. I think the other piece was, as you all are reviewing them, if you had other supplemental questions or wanted to invite any of the budget managers in to answer questions from their annual reports, to go ahead and set that up so that you can invite them for future S&A meetings. But I think that that was kind of the big picture that Joey was hoping to share.
All right, perfect. And do we have any new business from ASCWU? I saw a little something about their annual report, or is that all covered there, Amber?
That's in with the annual report. So there were a couple ones that Joey wanted us to kind of concentrate on. That first one was the administrative fee, and the second one is the ASCWU ones.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, whenever I see ASCWU, I'm like, speaker or perfect. Okay, so with that in mind, we'll go ahead and move over to old business, which we have none. So then we'll move on to our second call for public comment. So if anyone has anyone they'd like to say, feel free to do so now.
One addition, I just put the link in the chat for the actual annual reports if you want to start going through the first couple as a group. I don't know if that's what you all did in the past. That might be what you're coming up to, Judy. And so I apologize if I'm jumping over, but just put the link in there if folks want to start seeing the annual reports.
Oh no, you're totally fine. I think last year we kind of did like research on our own prior to each meeting. Since we've moved into public comment, I think at least between today and our next meeting, I think I'll go ahead and have us do that. But yeah, so everyone just feel free to copy paste that link. It's also available just off of our website for all of those reports. Perfect.
Judy, do you want to set a number of how many reports people should review so they're prepared for the next meeting?
Great idea. Let's see. I mean, I don't have a particular number in mind, and there wasn't a specific number set last year. Hi Bjorn, go for it.
For what it's worth, it feels like we might want to do all of the ASCWU ones all at once, because there's 6 of those, and I want to say there's 48 base funded areas. I don't remember exactly. Last year we were able to get through it in 4 weeks, but I don't know if we want to do fewer this time.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, kind of encapsulating it all in one.
Okay, I'll actually count how many there are. So 1 second.
Right, that's what I was doing. I was like,
I'm seeing 40 programs.
sorry. Do we just want to divide that by the number of meetings we'll be reviewing these? Do we have a set number in mind?
So Judy, since Joey had suggested us to tonight reviewing the administrative supports, if you're looking at online, that's the first one that's up there. And then the ASCW ones, I'd suggest we kind of go by that and start with those. And start with that as a goal. And if you have time to move further down the list, go for it, but start with those.
Okay, yeah, sounds like a plan. So are you saying we'll go ahead and do that this week, or like in this meeting, or between this week and our next meeting?
So that you get to decide. That choice was, Joey said to leave that up to you guys. You can either make a motion to go through them now because they are on the agenda and actually do that, or make a motion to table them for the next meeting.
Got it. Okay. So I'll go ahead and entertain a motion to, for whatever decision we want to have there. Bjorn?
I'd move that we table the discussion of these funding reports until the next meeting to allow people some time to review and take notes and all that stuff.
Perfect. So we have a motion from Bjorn. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'm gonna second that.
Perfect. Seconded by Alice. Do we have any discussion? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and move into a vote. So all in favor, go ahead and raise a hand in person or on the computer. Perfect. And that's everyone. So motion passes. So we'll go ahead and review all the ASCWU reports for our next meeting.
I make a recommendation, Judy, to include the administrative one too, if you go alphabetical. There's one right before the ASCW, but just a heads up, just recommendation.
Bjorn, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, my quick question was just, when is the next meeting? Because I've lost track.
That's fair. Yeah.
And should we
So-
be meeting more frequently this quarter than we did last quarter?
Our next meeting is going to be on the 19th. That's so not next. Right. So will we like to meet? Okay. Do we want to meet next week? Review do the administrative and ASCWU reports and next week, or do we want to do that at our next meeting as in 2 weeks from today? That's another motion I'll entertain for either.
I just want to throw in a little discussion here first, just that we had decided, Joey had done that meetings for January and February were bi-weekly, and starting at towards the end of March is when we started to go back to weekly meetings. And also that we may have a better chance of having Joey pop in and help if we waited an extra week instead of doing it next week, just to add that in there.
Yeah, thank you. That helps a lot. So with that in mind, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion for either option.
It's the start of the quarter. I'll motion to pull off and wait for 2 weeks for this. And
Perfect.
if anybody wants to second that.
Perfect. We have a motion from Alice. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Perfect. Sorry about that. I didn't see was that you, Brady, or seconding? Okay. Oh, Brandon. Perfect. Thank you. Second from Brandon. And then is that a discussion point I see there, Brady?
Yeah, we already have, because if we wait till the 19th to meet again, we already have a meeting scheduled, so do we need a motion to wait until then? Because right now we would just be staying on our normal schedule that we set last quarter.
That's fair. Yeah, I was just going off the discussion point. So yeah, we will be going on our regular schedule there. We were just debating. So just wanted to make sure we're all in agreement to continue with that, with the discussion point being introduced. Alrighty, perfect. So with that in mind, we've been kind of jumping around here. So I guess we're kind of back into new business. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll it back as if old business and public comment hadn't happened. We'll go ahead and move into old business, in which there's none, and then back into our second call, or I suppose third call for public comment. Alrighty, seeing none, I am entertaining a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
I'll motion to adjourn.
Awesome. Perfect. We got a motion by Evelyn, seconded by Brady. Alrighty, this meeting is now adjourned at 5:21 p.m. Thank you all so much for coming and have a good night.